Okay, sweeties, we are going to take a quiz tomorrow, which would be March 22nd. March 22nd, we're going to take a quiz. So I'm going to give you all the answers to the quiz review so that you'll be prepared for this quiz on tomorrow. Alright, so what we're going to review is how to find the area of a rectangle, how to find the area of a triangle, how to find the perimeter of a polygon, and how to partition a line segment. We can't partition a line, but we can partition a piece of a line. Alright, so let's do this one first. It says, given the points A is at -3, 2, and B is 6, 1, find the coordinates of the point P on a directed line segment AB that partitions AB in a ratio of 3, 1. So I need to find where do I put this point so that the distance of this line, one side would be 3 times the other side. So I'm going to go to -3, 1, 2, 3, and -2. And I'm going to go to 6 and 1. And I'm going to draw my little line here. There's my line. And then from there, I want to partition this to in a ratio of 3 to 1. So I'm going to go ahead and graph my formula. And you do not have to memorize this formula. And remember, don't use the first formula. Use the second formula. Don't use this one. Use the second formula. So here, I'm going to write down the points that I have. -3, -2. That's A. And then we always go from A to B. So make sure you label this X1, Y1. That's A. And then to B, 6 and 1. X2, Y2. Okay, and then the ratio is 3 to 1. Call this A, call this B. Okay, always make sure you get this stuff here right. And label. If you label, you are going to get this right every single time. Okay, so I'm going to go just substitute into my formula. And remember, when you substitute in your formula, you put things in parentheses. So 3 over 3 plus 1. And then 6 minus -3. Alright, that's for X. And you can grab your calculator and type all of that in. So -3 -3 plus, and I'm going to use my fraction key. You should have a fraction symbol on your calculator. I just use alpha y equals on mine to get my fraction key. And sweethearts, at this point, if you don't have a calculator, I really need you to get one, because the test is coming and they are not going to let you use our calculators at the school. So you got to get one, because you don't want to be stuck with the one on the computer that you don't know how to use. Alright, so this is 15 over 4. And I'm going to change that into a decimal because it doesn't help to have it as a fraction on the coordinate plane. So X is going to be equal to 3.75. And to get the Y, once again, sweeties, please invest in getting your calculator. You can get one from Walmart for less than $20. You can get one from any grocery store that sells those type of supplies, because you will not be allowed to use the calculators that you're using in class. You have to get a calculator, and the test is very important for the school, and it's very important for your grade. Let's see, a Y, to get the next part, the Y coordinate, the Y1 is -2 plus A is 3, and then 3 plus 1 times Y2 is 1 minus -2. And make sure anytime you substitute something into a formula that you put it in parentheses. So I'm going to go back up. I'm lazy. I'm just being lazy. I'm going to go back up and just get the one that I had already had. typed in for the other one, and I'm just going to go change the numbers, and all you have to do is move up and highlight it. Or if you have a scientific calculator, you're going to have to just retype, but it doesn't hurt to retype it. Just make sure you type it in carefully. And this is 1/4, so what you can do is 1 divided by 4, or if you have an SD button on your calculator, push that in and you'll get the decimal answers. So y is equal to 0.25. Okay, so that point, and I'm going to get my little star so we can show where it goes. So the x, we need to go over from here, from the origin, and go to 3.75. So 1, 2, 3.75, which is about right here, and up 0.25. So that's somewhere in here. And here's my little star on where this goes. So it's somewhere in this area. And you are finished. Alright, so it's somewhere in that area there. And what does this do? This partitions this line in a segment of 3. This side is 3 times the length of this side. And you are finished. So go ahead and let's go to the next one. So I'll do another one for you just for the sake. I believe you can do this on your own at this point, but I'm going to do it anyway so that you can get the practice in, so you can be successful for tomorrow. This is A, and this is B. Oh wait, I'm tripping. This is B here. Alright, so I want to connect the dots. So I want to find out, where does the point go? Remember, don't use the first formula, use the second one. So to find the coordinates, I'm going to go ahead and write the A down as 3, -2, the B as 0 and 1, and 1, 2 is my ratio, so this is A and this is little a and little b. Okay, so when I substitute into the formula to get the x, I'm going to call this x1, y1, x2, y2. So x1 is 3 plus 1 over 1 plus 2 times x2, which is 0, minus 3. So I'm going to use my calculator. Well, I'm going to go up here. I'm not retyping it all in again. I'm just going to pull up my other one and change the numbers here. So this needs to be deleted. I'm going to push 3 here. I'm going to put 0 in here. I need to change that ratio, this part. So this needs to be 1. And down here is 1 and 2. And up here, this is 3, and push enter here. So the x value is going to be at 2. And now I'm going to go and get the y value, which is this part. This is that part of the formula. So y1, -2, plus the a is 1, 1 plus 2. And then y2 is 1 minus -2, which is y1. And you can go and use your calculator. I'm going to pull mine up, and I'm just going to go copy the one I already had, push enter, retype in my numbers. So now this is -2. And I need to put another parentheses because that got knocked off. And I'll push 1, and then 1, and then 1 plus 2 I need to insert this negative sign so it doesn't get rid of it. Okay, and I'm gonna delete that one. I'm gonna push enter. Now if you don't have this capability on your calculator, just retype it in and you'll be fine. And y equals -1. And so the point that you need to go to is going to be 2 and -1. So P is going to be 2 and -1. So I'm going to go from the origin, go over 2 and down 1. So I'm going to stick my little star there. And that's what partitions that line 2 and -1. My little star goes there. And that's what partitions the line in a ratio. If the distance from here to P, that point there, is going to be 1 to 2 to this side. So from P to B is going to be double the length of A. And we're finished. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Guys, pause these videos if you need to so you can go back and practice. So here I'm going to plot these points and it says to find a perimeter. So I'm going to go to 3, -1, and then what is that, A, and then I'm going to go to 1 and 2, that's B. Then I'm going to go over to C, then I go to 4, 2, and then go to D, 2 and 2 and then 1. That's interesting. Okay, so unless I did something wrong, this point is strange. Let me make sure I did everything right. 3, -1, and then 1, 2, and then D is just right here. Oh, it's collinear then. 2, 1. So that's okay. It turned out like that. Leave it like that. So we're going to connect these dots and we're going to get what we need to find. So we end up with the we end up with a triangle. So that happens sometimes. Sometimes they put the points where it looks like something else. So this is not actually a quadrilateral. This is a triangle because of how the points are set up. So here we need to find a perimeter. So we need to find the distance of line segment BC, and we're lucky we can just count. That's 3. So we get equals 3 for that. Okay, so now we need to get the distance of AC, of line segment AC. If we look at that, that's one of those situations where you can use a distance formula, but in this case I'm going to use Pythagorean's theorem. It's just quicker to me and not as much of a hassle. You don't make as many mistakes with it, or at least I don't make as many mistakes, and you probably find that same thing too. So this side is 3 and this side is 1. So I do 1 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. So you get 1 plus 9 equals C squared. 10 equals C squared. Square root of 10 equals C. So AC is square root of 10. So this side is square root of 10. And now I need to find this side. I didn't get lucky where things were the same in this one. This is 3 and this 2. And if you get confused on how to count, just count the boxes. 1, 2, 3 boxes. So here we get BA, the distance of BA is 3 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared. 9 plus 4 equals C squared. 13 equals C squared. The square root of 13 is C. Now to get the perimeter, which means to add all the sides together, so you get P equals 3 plus the square root of 10 plus the square root of 13. I'm going to grab the calculator. I'm going to get 10. Oops, I'm wrong. Oopsie. Alright, just a second, guys. Okay, so I get 3 plus the square root of 10 plus the square root of 13. which equals 9.76. And make sure you round to whatever they tell you to round to. So I'm going to say perimeter is 9.76, and this is going to be units. Okay, and we're finished with that problem. Alright, so over here, now it says to find the area of this. I'm going to go plot these points. Looks like it's going to be a triangle, but let's check just to make sure. -1 and 2 is A, and then 1, 0 is B, and then 4 and 3 is C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, C. Alright, I'm going to connect those dots, and we are with a triangle. So since we're ending up with a triangle, and it's not going to be easy to find the base and the height of this triangle, then we're going to use the box method. What we're going to, alright, I'll just show you. So what I'm going to do is put a little box around the triangle that I'm trying to find. And you actually can do this with any polygon. You don't have to just do it with the triangles. You can do it with any. So we're going to find the area of that rectangle first. So we're going to say the area of the rectangle equals length times width, or base times height. So the area of the rectangle is going to be equal to 1, 2, 3 for this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this side. So we're going to say 5 times 3, which is 15 units. So the area of that rectangle is equal to 15 units. Now that we found that, we have 3 other triangles inside of it. We have this triangle, that green one, and then we have this blue one, and then we have this red one here. So I'm going to call this let me do it in black. Call this triangle 1, triangle 2, and triangle 3. And I'm going to find the area of each one of those little triangles. So what I'm going to get here is this side right here is 1, and this side right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can count the boxes. That'll help you get that right. So the area of triangle 1 is equal to 1/2 of 1 times 5 over 2. So the area of triangle 1 will be 5 times 1 times 1 is 5, divided by 2 is 2.5. So that's the area of triangle 1. Now I'm going to go do the area of triangle 2, which is going to be equal to, if I count this side, that's 2, and if I count from here to here, that's 2 boxes, so that's 2 by 2. So I'm going to say 1, 2 times 2, because the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So the area of triangle 2 is going to be 2 times 2 times 1, that's 4 over 2, and that's going to be 2 units. And then I need to go do triangle 3. So this side is 3, and this side up here is also 3. So the area of triangle 3 is 1 times 3 times 3 times 2, which is the area of triangle 3 is equal to 1 times 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So we found the area of all 3 of these little triangles. So now what we're going to do is take the area of the rectangle to get the area of the big triangle, which is that purple one in the middle. We're going to say, we're going to take 15 and subtract out each one of these little areas. So 2.5 minus 2 minus 4.5. So 15 minus, what is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 15 minus 9 would be 6 units. You can use your calculator. 6 units squared. And that's the area of the purple triangle. Alright, that one sitting in the middle. And let's check this again. 2, 6, 7, 8, and then 0.5 plus 0.5 is 9. So 15 minus 9 is 6 units squared. And you're finished with that problem. Let me see if there's another. Alright, so we will have our quiz on tomorrow, guys. Make sure you practice, go back and go through these problems, and you'll be fine for tomorrow. Bye, guys.